Yo, welcome back to the channel, man. We're just gonna holler about Kyrie real quick, man. They got 6 items that they want from him before they let him back into the NBA. Yo, and I want y'all to like and subscribe. So, in order for him to be reinstated by the team, he must fulfill 6 requirements according to Shams Charania. Number one, apologize and condemn the film he promoted. In case you don't know, the film is called From Hebrews to Negroes. And basically, they feel like it's some anti-Semitic information going on in there. It is still being played on Netflix, Amazon right now, Amazon Prime. You can check it out on Amazon. The thing is that people are making a lot of problems or ruckus about Amazon not being held accountable for putting it on their platform. And even people like Shaquille O'Neal, who wrote a lot of ruckus towards Kyrie, is apparent that he owned some theaters where the movie played at. Like when it came out and released in 2018, it played in that theater maybe a week or a few days or whatever. And so they said, how you talking about Kyrie when that happened over there? All right, second thing that they got from Kyrie that they want him to do before he's reinstated back into the NBA, make a $500,000 donation to the anti-hate causes. So they'll probably want that to go to the Anti-Defamation League or something like that, or one of those companies or organizations that's close to that. So the third thing, and that money could go to build black communities. So this exactly is what the problem is when they have these situations. Instead of giving them money to build the communities where they're from, they rather get into these scenarios or situations where the money go back to the white people who give you the money. And all of this is because he posted something on his Instagram, which is actually exactly this movie, a link to this movie. The third thing is complete sensitivity training. So that's something that'd be kind of too vague for me. It's like, I mean, I know 40 million is at risk and that's on the table, so that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Most people that do what your job is asking you to do, if you got in trouble for $10, $15, $25 an hour, it's like, hey, I'm gonna do what they say. I gotta work, take care of my family, take care of myself. So you do what you have to do. So $40 million, that's a no-brainer. Of course I'm gonna do it, whatever they ask me. So the fourth thing they got is complete anti-Semitism training. So complete anti-Semitism training, that could last forever. I mean, like how this is where he would probably need lawyers and his family, even his clergy, to come in and say, we're going to walk through this process with him so y'all don't have him lingering on learning about your culture for 69 months when he just really made a post online. Like, this is really overreaching, but we don't want him to have to sit around for 16 months trying to kiss y'all butt. But this is what people do when they got you. You can almost say at at they beck and call, like they in control. You know what I'm saying? And all this came after they basically gave him several attempts to apologize for promoting the film, but he did not want to do it. And then when he finally did it, they was like he didn't disavow anti-Semitism too. And that's his old boy, his current boss, Adam Silver. He's the commissioner of the NBA. That's the one who's bringing all this down to him. And they Jewish people, so they got a lot of connects in a lot of arenas. And this is what he got to deal with. So the number 15 is meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders. That's another thing that could last a long time. It could be a long time before all that can come together because people got schedules and places that they got to be, and now you trying to hurry up. The NBA is calling you to work, and now you got to see about meeting with people all over the country. What if some people live overseas? It's just crazy how they coming at him. But you can almost say he put himself in this situation because, well, look, let's get to the next one. The last one that they got from him is meet with team owner Joe Tsai to demonstrate an understanding on the situation. So that's his owner of his company, of the Boston Celtics, Joe Tsai, to demonstrate an understanding of the situation. So that means he has to basically go back to his main boss and tell him what he's learned, like a book report, what he's uncovered about the Jewish community, what he learned about anti-Semitism, how hurtful it is to say certain things or promote certain things and it's really stupid because the black people have the right to call themselves what they want to call themselves, if that's what America is really saying, that we free. So when he called himself a Hebrew, or if he called himself an Israelite, they on his back about that. And we've all seen that in different cities, or if your own city, black guys coming together, talking to each other, wearing different outfits, and speaking non-Christian. I'm not saying that they're not Christians. I'm saying the Christian traditions that we know. Oh, we go to church and on Sunday and blah blah blah. Like they outside on the streets preaching stuff and quoting information from the Bible. That's just a little different from tradition. So that's the Hebrew Israelite guys. So these people in America feel like that's wrong, or only Jewish people could be claiming those type of things. They don't want to acknowledge other people. And so while Kyrie might believe that's who he is, or even might just be checking into it, or he might just want to learn more. You know what I'm saying? He said he was just doing background check on his name if you do a translation of his name. So he was like, let me put that in the Google, and the movie came up. And they was like, oh yeah, who cares? And like I said, in any job, it's not about right or wrong. It's about the job deciding if it's right or wrong. You could have did something correct, but if the job decided that you did something wrong, that's the only decision that matters. It don't matter about if you feel, if they feel it's the job you got. That's the job he signed up for. And what he didn't realize is that a lot of Jewish people run an NBA, and they feel offended by that type of rhetoric, even though it might be accurate and true, it might be the right thing, but they don't like it. And that's your job. So, and we would have to do what we would have to do at our jobs. It would not matter how much the pay is, because you know that, and just like in the NBA, it's the same thing. They can just go get somebody else. They don't need to play with you and deal with your attitude or your issues. Now, he didn't have to do all that stuff and put that stuff out. Like I was going to say a moment ago, Malcolm X made a statement, and I put this in one of my live videos a while ago. He said, no athlete should be a black leader. Like no comedian should be a black leader. None of these people should be a person trying to lead America. He said, where in a white race is a singer, a white leader, a comedian, a white leader, an actor, a white leader? It's not like that. Only in the black community is a person that, a basketball player, a singer, a jazz player, are black leaders or activists. He was like, that's not true. Those people are puppets for white America. And so that's really what you're seeing right here. A puppet for white America, a puppet for a white company bucking out. He bucking at them. I don't like how y'all doing this. But he's not thinking reality, because he's really very young. He's just 30. So he's not thinking long term in his future life. He's just thinking about, I want black people to have this. He don't understand that white people invented the word black. They invented the word black people. They invented the word color. They invented the word nigger. They invented the word, all the stuff that we live in within. This is their system. This is what they invented. We just characters playing a role. We people just kind of like inside, just like everybody else. We all wear our titles and we all conduct ourselves inside their system. You're not free. You're not disconnected. You're not rich, and then you don't have to do the same thing. You get your water from white people. You get clothes from white people. You get food from white people. You get the tissue to wipe your butt from white people. You get a cup. You get socks, shoestrings, belts, air. You can't, even if you're dying, if your lungs go out, if your heart go out, you have to go to white people to get fixed. It's an entire system that they set up, which is runs in this country, and there's other countries that do it too. They pick up what America do, whether they go over there and make them do it, or they want to do it on their own. It's the way it goes. So you can't just, you're not going to change things because you yell at your boss. You're not going to change things because you fight a white person or something like that. These things is not what's going to happen. Because even if you do it yourself and you're the one that's the beacon, and you're going to be the rest of the people is not going to come behind you, because people want to take care of their family, take care of their kids. You've never experienced America or in the world where you can't find water, you can't find food, you can't find tissue, you can't find hygiene stuff. You've never experienced it. You don't have shoes. There is no socks. When the water come, it don't go down. You walk in the water the entire week, the entire month. You inside big gigantic puddles of water. You haven't experienced stuff like that. You experience dryness. You experience warm days, warm environments. Nobody coming to rob your house. Nobody coming in and take something from you because you're not strong. Nobody coming to take your girl or take your mother and say, she leaving right now. These things are because they set a system up where they'll put you in jail for acting like that. They'll lock you up and take you away from regular culture, regular America, for doing things that go against what they say. So we all have to follow certain rules and parameters just to be in America, just to be Americans. So if you one of the people who they can give $40 million to for dribbling a basketball, just do that and get your money and chill. Because making a ruckus about religion and you sit up here saying yourself you don't even know, that's why they making you go to class and teaching you. Because you're saying outwardly, I don't know. You're not saying I was studying this since I was 11. My teacher, here's my teacher, here's my the guy who taught me this. Here, blah blah da da da. Show them, tell them what you told me. He told me I was just Googling and I saw this something, and when I saw it, I said, I'm going to put this on my internet where you got over 15 million people following you. Man, of course they're going to say what's wrong with you because that represents their company. You are still representing your company even when you off the job. And they tell you that at your companies. When you off the job, you still represent us. So the brother needs to get his mind right. You're not saving America by going up against Jewish people. You're not. You just basically looking stupid. And you're making a lot of ruckus and you're stupid for going up against people over religion. This is in America where it's supposed to be freedom of religion. So even saying I don't like them, like Kanye was saying in recent days, I don't like the Jewish people because of the contracts I've got. That's not right because it's a religion. So you can't just hate their religion because you signed a contract. That shows that you're not even logically talking about the right thing. So you might have a gripe with some people. You might even have some issues to say something about a contract, but it's not going to be the whole Jewish race. You ain't even met everybody in the daggone Jewish race or Jewish religion. So it's just something to just delve into. And I just think that the brother needs to kind of bag up and just get his money, go to work like everybody else. Let this stuff die down. It's kind of like he's not the one who perpetuating it, but the thing is that he the one who kicked it off. And so now you don't get to tell them people how to respond. And you should have known ahead of time that they don't like people talking about their religion or talking about them in no regard, whether it's a bad contract, whether it's a documentary where he wasn't necessarily saying it himself, but it's some people on the video he knew about saying it. They don't play no regards of it. You know, black people, we always say we need to take notes and do what they do. But at the end of the day, we don't do that. So that's all I got on this video, man. I'm going to let y'all get back to your life. Like and subscribe. I just want to highlight y'all about the boy, Kyrie. You let me know in the comment section what y'all think, man. Appreciate y'all. Holla.